joining me today. Hello and welcome to the Sports Box. What is happening to Real Madrid? The almighty team seems to be fizzling out. So experts, what say you? They seem to lack concentration, fighting spirit gone, they seem disinterested in the game. Come on, this is Champions League.
Not only Champions League, they won the La Decima and things were going pretty well after that. They had a 22 winning streak until December of last year. And since the beginning of this year, things have, they have taken, a bad turn. And things are not getting any better. Everybody is just stunned. It's stunned, like what happened yesterday in the Champions League against Schalke 04. They were supposed just to. It was like a walk in the park after they in the first leg. They have 2-0 in Germany, but they almost got eliminated and. The fans are fuming. Everybody's just wondering what's going on with that team. All of a sudden, it's just everything's collapsing. Nothing is working in the midfield, the defense, the attack. They were fearsome. The BBC, whatever they call that. And it's just amazing. They're imploding. It's difficult.
I would call that a terrifying comeback or a terrifying wake-up call. I should call it,
I would hope so.
I mean, how else would they, get back to work next day and say, you know what, okay, guys, come on, what's going on? But no, that was a very interesting comeback. It would have definitely had taken them out of the Champions League, just like that. But that last goal, Hundlar, man. I was just stunned. I mean, just watching the game, it seemed like they just won it. But all these goals that just came out of nowhere. I mean, both teams had a lack of defense, and you kind of expect that a little bit. Casillas had a couple of maybe didn't try as hard as he would, but that last save, I mean, that really just saved the whole day. And
but some people are saying probably Real Madrid players are complacent. They thought they beat Schalke 04 back in their backyard 2-0, so. It will be just a walk in the park when they came to.
Well, I always say if discipline is the problem, there's always English coaches that can coach them up. But I'm sure that no one in Spain would like to see any coach from England to come into the Spanish team. I think yesterday it took a little bit of heroism from Cristiano Ronaldo to solidify Real Madrid's place, which you'd expect from him. But it didn't look like a lot else was going on in that game for them. Schalke, they're a high-level team in the Bundesliga, a really good league. Obviously, they shouldn't be on Real Madrid's level. No. That shouldn't have been the game it was yesterday. And it was. And it should be a wake-up call. And if it isn't, then the next round's going to be an easy exit for them.
Well, some people are saying, a lot of the fans are calling for the head of Ancelotti, who is the coach. But then he led them to a 22 streak. All of a sudden, they dip in form and they are in trouble. He stands a chance of losing his job.
Of course, the buck stops with him, but he's not the only one responsible. If the players don't want to perform what you want to do, and the fans of Real Madrid, they're very demanding. They're very demanding.
Well, they should be. They should be. Yeah.
They have to get their heads together because the El Clasico is coming up March 22nd. I mean, Barca must be licking their lips.
Yeah, they're licking their chops right now.
And they're champions. They're champions, and everybody's after them. That's just how it's that simple. You are the champion. You need to play like a champion.
Well, and at this level, you show up or you get out. Right, I mean, this is the Champions League. You show up or you get out.
So maybe other teams might actually take a tiny lesson to this. Say, well, what was the mistake? Let's look around. Let's see what's going on. Definitely pressure that defense and counterattacks because they can get caught.
Yeah, it started.
But they have a very strong team. They have a very solid midfield, and the attacking BBC, they have been phenomenal. All of a sudden, something appeared to have happened, and they have fizzled out. I don't know what, and nobody is saying anything, but something isn't working.
Yeah, the drought, struck like that, lightning. And
As you mentioned, El Clasico is coming up. This is going to be a huge problem for Real Madrid because Barcelona is firing on all cylinders. That's outside of the Champions League, but they've got other things they need to worry about right now because if that performance continues at any point, they're going to go on a long winning streak, and we are going to say goodbye to their coach if that's the case. That's for sure. Somebody's got to take the fall, and it's not going to be the players in the field at first. It never is. Never is.
You know, the sad part of it is, after spending hundreds of millions on these players, assembled players, mercenaries, or somebody will call them, I mean, one would expect you to perform at that level. I mean, you can't just let your level drop like that. If some of the players are not performing, others should step up. But it seems the whole team is just falling flat.
it started with the defense, but it's everywhere now. The midfield, you know, the attacking force.
It's contagious.
Everything now
Did you
is
guys
collapsing.
notice something was odd with Cristiano? Even though he scored those 2 goals and they won the game, but right at the end, it's like seemed something was not. He just was very angry about.
And he went.
And I hate to interrupt you, but as soon as he scored that first goal, I can tell that he cursed at something, and then he was trying to say "get out of here" or something like that, and trying to tell the team to get out of here. But I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've been watching him lately. Yeah, he's been very frustrated, and something is not.
Maybe it's personal. Maybe it's personal, and that could affect everybody else. If you're the best player and you're the one who, you know, the face of Real Madrid, I should say, but at the same time, you know, like if we're playing together and something's odd about our player, I mean, I think it may be a concern for everybody.
Well,
so
it is a
so there's always
concern.
something behind
I
the scenes.
agree to that. But you just play the World Cup. You just, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars were put in your bank account.
One
And
decimal.
right, and then all of a sudden you said, well, somebody has a headache, so I'm not going to play well. Come on, you got to show up.
No, don't get me wrong. That should not be an excuse. But you're a soccer player. You got everybody watching you. I mean, no, there has to be something else.
Now, I have known certain players who have had deaths in their families and all that, but then they rise to the occasion. You know, this is your job. If you don't perform your job, sometimes you get fired. It's as simple as that. I mean, soccer isn't like that, but somebody.
Are you
needs to
saying
tell
they're going
them.
to sell Cristiano Ronaldo? Is that what
Well,
you're saying?
that will happen. That might not happen, but they need to do something. Well, folks, thanks for joining us. This is about all time will permit us in the Sports Box. Bye for now.